Okay, nice.
Okay, let's get this pulled up. Do you have a code for me?
Yes, I have two, as I mentioned
Excellent.
here. I hope it's okay that it's a win game
Of course,
because like
of course. It doesn't. It,
it's
it
that's
as,
a bit
as long as there's
yeah
enough gameplay, it doesn't really matter if it's won or
yeah
loss.
okay.
Yeah.
It's actually a bit too long, I think. I had
Ha.
two nice 10-minute push games, but Blizzard rolled out the patch, so I don't have them anymore.
Yeah. It caught me off guard as well. I was not expecting that patch, but it is what it is. It's not the first time it's happened, but we'll get over it. Okay, so that'll work to start. Well, what
Yeah,
got you interested in coaching? I know you won the coaching giveaway for the feedback form. So first off, thank
yeah.
you for filling that out. I really appreciated that. That was massive help. But also, I guess you were clearly interested in coaching, at least to an extent. So what do you hope to get out of the session?
Well, I hope to get better. I had actually a New Year's resolution to get Masters this year,
Mm-hmm.
which is somehow going faster than I expected because I'm
Mm-hmm.
somehow Diamond 4. I
Mm-hmm.
started like Gold 5 in
Nice.
January.
Nice.
Um, so I kind of want to improve, and
Okay.
in my games, I feel like I don't get enough impact. Like I lose, especially on Echo for some reason. I win not because of I do something great, but because like my team that usually does something great. It feels like, and
Okay.
I'm feeling very lost. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Sure. Sure.
I
Do you,
might know what I'm doing wrong, but like what to do right instead,
I
I'm
see
not
what you're
sure of.
saying. I see what you're saying. And you said, is it specifically with Echo, or is it a little bit of a lot of the heroes that you play?
Well, I play under three heroes, really, two for the most part, Echo and Tracer, but especially on Echo that's present. I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's the way Echo is supposed to be played. I
Okay.
only get real value when I get a huge, like, sticky bomb stick.
Uh huh.
Otherwise, I'm kind of useless and waiting
Okay.
for the
Okay.
cooldown.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. So we'll take a look at that. Is this an Echo VOD here that you sent me?
Yeah, and the next one I'm sending is in Tracefoot.
Okay. So maybe we'll take a look at what we got here. Okay. So kind of know what you need to be doing better, not just, oh, these are mistakes, but like what should I be aiming to accomplish, especially with those heroes? Okay.
Yeah,
All right, sounds good. Break me down your history in Overwatch. You said you were gold recently. You're on your way to Masters. Hopefully, you're in Diamond now. When did you start playing? Heroes have you played? What roles have
um,
you mained? What did you play in Overwatch One? Fill me in.
yeah, I started playing in very late 2018, like December sales. That's when I got Overwatch. At first, like first month, I played DPS, and I switched to be a support main, which I stayed to be until the end of Overwatch 1, pretty much. In Overwatch 2, I switched to DPS and started like high gold, low platinum,
Mm-hmm.
and here I am in Diamond now.
Okay, okay. Why the role swap?
I kind of got bored. I don't know, just doing damage and getting kills feels more rewarding to me than saving people
Okay.
for now, and it's also way easier in Overwatch 1, I think, to
Okay.
exist as DPS.
Okay.
In
Sure.
Overwatch 2, I mean.
Sure. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. And you found the heroes that feel the most engaging and most fun for you, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so let's keep going here. So you said you have the goal of masters specifically. What is it about masters that's you've picked as the rank to pick?
Well, I've been diamond before on other roles, so I don't think it's that hard. That's
Right.
like a goal that is easy to achieve. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
that. And GM, I think I just don't have enough time in a day to play
Okay.
because I have a
Okay.
job.
I respect it. I respect it. Okay, and then I guess leading into the next question here, in terms of your schedule right now, reasonably, what does your average training week look like on a daily, weekly basis?
Well, I play Overwatch specifically about like maybe 5 days a week or something like that,
Okay.
maybe more when I feel like it. I start by doing about three full games and like half a game that I join of tryhard for the
Mm-hmm.
three heroes that I play.
Mm-hmm.
Then I play about 7 or so ranked games, which is about 2.5 hours.
Okay, so warm up with try hard, and then
Um,
enter ranked for about 7 games.
yep.
And that's 5 days a week or 4 days a week?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So about that.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I think we can get you into masters with that. I think the biggest lowest hanging fruit is if you're able to play 6 days a week or 7 days a week, even if it's just 1 or 2 games. That would be really really helpful. But if you're not able to do that, not the end of the world. I think you're playing a reasonable amount to get into masters. So we just need to see what we can be doing better in game. Okay. Let's keep looking here. I will say as well, for the amount of time that you're playing, it might be tricky to have a 3 hero pool. So it might be better to kind of specialize in 2 out of the 3, and then if the meta changes or if your tastes change, to drop one of the heroes and pick up the other one. So Tracer Echo now, maybe Echo Sojourn later, maybe Sojourn Tracer later. In your form, you said maybe picking up Ashe, so maybe Ashe Echo down the road. Who knows? Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, well, it kind of is what it is now. I only play Tracer and Echo, and if those two don't work, only then I switch to Sojourn.
Okay.
So it's a
I would question if those two don't work, if it's a problem of the hero or a problem of your understanding and execution of the hero.
Yeah, it might be.
Right. So something to consider. And if you don't spend your time smacking your head up against a wall a little bit and trying to figure something out, then you're not going to be able to adapt. I've been recently on a little adventure trying to learn how to play Mei better in Overwatch 2 so I can coach her better. And playing Mei on Numbani first point attack is an adventure in creativity because that hero is not very good there, but it's also finding out ways to kind of leverage that strengths and learning how to understand the hero more. And I think that's something that if you ever want to two-trick and really master a hero or even one-trick a hero, you need to be able to kind of play it in situations even when it feels a little bit hard. Don't just play it and try and think of different ways or creative ways to play around your deficiencies. Like if some Echo Tracer don't feel like they're working, why are they not working? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? What about this position? What about that? Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm struggling with. I feel like, I don't know, I'm not smart enough to find the ways to do that.
Sure, but that is almost never, I've never worked with anybody where that really was the case, where intelligence was a limiting factor, right? It's usually just either lack of understanding or you needed a push in the right direction, or maybe just a little bit of knowledge that you didn't have prior to that. So it's not a question of intelligence. It might be just a question of understanding. And whatever the case may be, we'll try and answer some of those questions in this session. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay, last question here. What do you feel is holding you back from improving aggression control? Either am too aggressive in feed or not aggressive enough and do nothing. Elaborate on that one just a little bit, please.
Well, so again, that's an Echo specifically, but Tracer also to some extent. I'm good at staying alive and not dying first, and then I do nothing in a fight, and my team just dies around me, or I do gain and maybe even get a kill, but I die then.
Got it. So just about knowing how to go aggressively and keeping yourself alive, or knowing how to play more carefully and yet still be able to put out pressure. Makes sense. Okay. I mean, that's why stats don't really matter, right? Like you could have no deaths and do very little, and have many deaths and still be feeding, right? Or many limbs and still be feeding. So you have to have more context in that. So, okay. Any other questions or anything you want to go over? Anything you want to clarify before we jump into the review?
Probably no.
Okay, so your schedule for the most part seems pretty straightforward, and also we want to look at 2 heroes hopefully. So we're moving at a slightly
there's a last round of Reaper, but I'm not like I don't care for Reaper that much. I just switched because her backline was getting run over.
Well, I have a suggestion to learn how to prevent your backline by getting run over by doing more with the Echo or Tracer.
Yeah.
Right. We want to avoid that. No wasted games, just because if you can't figure out the situation, figure it out. All right, let's take a look here. So I'm gonna ask a question that you're gonna be like, well, that's what I'm here for, but I'm asking it anyway. What is Echo strong at? What is Echo good at?
Controlling high grounds.
Okay.
And
how so?
Sometimes. Well, she's really good close up. So if I sneak up onto somebody on a high ground, I can sticky bomb them and beam them, and they will either die or be forced to disengage quickly.
Is she good close up?
I think so.
Okay. What about versus like a Symmetra, Torbjorn, Reaper, Tracer?
Oh yeah, that changes then.
Okay, then how does it change?
Well, I guess her range can be versatile. She's pretty good at poking as well.
Exactly. Okay. What else is Echo good at?
Maybe beaming tanks sometimes.
Sure. So your tank damage is actually pretty relevant, which is interesting in Overwatch 2, right? Not a lot of DPS heroes can punish tanks easily. So, okay, sounds good. I like your skin, by the way.
Thank you.
By the way, that sentence is kind of creepy without context, Overwatch context. I like your skin.
Yeah.
I realized this the other day. I was working with the bronze Lucio this past Tuesday, and we said something like how normally I'd shoot them, but this time I hit them with a hammer, and I was like, well, again, without context, these things make no sense whatsoever. Okay, Okay, let's see what we do. So, looking at the composition, what do you think you're going to be doing? Obviously, the map has a play with this as well. What stands out to you? Read the map. Read the composition.
Well, the composition I've seen so far, or like the whole thing
Just
I
as a
see on the
whole,
screen?
we'll assume that you're going to be pressing. You've already pressed tab at this point in time, so you should have full information. So,
Well,
what do you think?
try to stay behind cover against soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, check the Doom to make sure he doesn't stay too long in the backline.
Okay.
Against Symmetra, I'm not really sure I can be super effective against her.
Okay.
And maybe get the Moira if she feeds.
Sure. Let me ask you a question. You've pulled up 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. That's generally not reasonable for you to be able to psychologically or mentally, I guess, sort all that out consistently. So what we have to do is we have to prioritize. So for you, is there any target that you really need to be careful of, or is a priority for you to kill?
I need to be careful of soldier.
Okay,
Obviously.
so that's probably right there. I think everything else, whether it's Moira or Symmetra or even Doomfist, you just shoot them when you see them. That's pretty much it. You don't really need to think about it. If the Doomfist feeds, kill him. If the Moira feeds, kill him. If the Symmetra gets too close, kill her. Right? The only thing you need to really worry about is soldier. That's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much irrelevant to you. And the reason why that's important is because that allows your brain to kind of frees up space for you to just focus on just playing the hero, right? So let's take a good position. Let's be careful of soldier sightlines. Maybe try and dive him at some point, and then let's just see what happens. If it was Widowmaker, you need to keep that in mind. Maybe if it was Tracer or something like that, you'd want to keep that in mind as well. Make sense?
Yeah.
Like a Torb turret, right? We'd want to keep that in mind, right? That becomes a priority for us to deal with, and then from there, see what happens. All right, let's see. Theoretically, your hero should be pretty good versus their composition. I don't like this very much. Now, you have a Mercy Pocket, okay? What does that enable you to do?
That makes me be able to flank more safely.
Correct. So it allows you have mobility to take any position that you want. But the problem with that is that you will be split away from your support, so you will not get healing, correct? That's a problem.
Yeah.
But if you have a Mercy Pocket, then that's no longer an issue, correct? So then you will want to take the best position that you can on the entire map. So let me ask you a question. Is this the best position on the entire map? Is this the best position on the entire map? Is this the best position in the entire map? What do you think? Left, middle, right?
Well, I think to your right on the stairs
Here?
is a pretty good position. Well, maybe a bit behind that so that I
Sure.
can cover
Here?
from the soldier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even
But
just a dive bomb here, right? This is also
Okay.
good here because if you do engage on the soldier, you can get close to him, right? Probably force him to drop off of high ground, and then now you have a good position to spam from too. So either of these, even if you were to go underneath, you could sneak on the soldier, right?
Yeah.
So all of these are better options than what we do for. Now let me ask you a question. If you do not have a Mercy Pocket, what do you do? It's Doombani first. It's a really, really, really ugly point to attack.
Yeah, I haven't played the bunny in a while, so I don't actually know. Maybe I just stay here.
Okay.
Because if I try to flank, there's 5 people looking at me.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
3 at
Well,
least.
wait a second. Are there 5 people looking at you? Why would there be 5 people looking at you? Let me ask you a question. What are they looking at right now?
The Orisa?
The Orisa. So could you flank now? By yourself?
Yeah, probably.
You could.
By myself.
But
Well,
you'd
I'm not
ha-
sure I could flank the soldier, but maybe I can flank
could
the
try.
3 guys on the left.
So what would happen? You fly up, you sticky, you beam, you don't get the kill, you take damage, then what do? You don't have a Mercy Pocket.
I dropped Mega.
You drop to Mega, you listen, you use your eyeballs, and maybe you try it again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not very fun. It's a little bit ugly. But if you wait for your Orisa to draw attention first, maybe it's okay. Right? If you're going to play here, maybe not the end of the world either, but you just need to be careful. Okay? So if you feel like I cannot flank at all, every time I even try and do anything, they shoot me and then I have to grab, literally can't do anything, then you need to go with your team. Or you could do this, right? Fly in here, sticky, beam, and then hover here, drop. Soldier doesn't have very good sightlines on you, does he? Not from here.
Yeah.
So this is an option as well. It's difficult, it's riskier, but it can work. And this is on the worst point in the entire game for hard flanks. The worst point. Still doable. But obviously all of that is irrelevant right now because we have Mercy Pocket. Just something to consider if we didn't have the Mercy Pocket, what would we do? This is not acceptable. Does all that make sense?
Yeah.
So look to utilize your high ground and your mobility to set up angles whenever you can. Just keep in mind your timing is going to be very important if you don't have healing, because you're not going to be able to be supported. You need to be very sneaky, almost like an assassination, like a Sombra going in for a TP, right? But you see that there's not, you're putting out so much damage and damage and damage and damage, but because they can, all they have to do is literally close their eyes and just press mouse 1 and this choke. It's too easy for them. You need to split their attention. This choke is a death trap. I am on the wrong hero.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
From what you're saying, I was saying before we started that pretty much the best way to get value is to land a juicy sticky. So like that's true, right?
Yes.
I cannot really do much with my primary alone.
You can, but you remember your whole value is through a burst when you don't have a pocket or you don't have healing, right? It has to be a all in, all out, right? So then,
Okay,
yeah, not as much of your primary fire because you're going in for a big explosive cooldown value and then hiding again, right? That's only because you don't have any healing at all, right?
Yeah.
Nice stickies. But you can see how much damage you're doing, but it just doesn't matter. The Doomfist is hitting 5 people every punch. The Symmetra turrets over and over and over and over again. I don't have any feedback here for your cooldowns. You're getting good sticky value, you're getting good beam value, you're hitting some shots, but it doesn't matter. When they can press all their buttons in a choke and nobody is taking any angles, it's impossible. This is like, I don't know the best way of describing this, but this is like walking through a meat grinder. You cannot win. You cannot win. The only way you could win is if you had like a Maywall or a Reinhardt, or even then, like this would still feel really, really bad. You would need to be able to out-brawl them significantly, but that you guys are not able to do that. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we learn. Looks like we do. Now this feels bad, right? For you.
Yeah.
But who does this feel good for?
The tank?
The tank. And should you die here if you play correctly?
No.
No, you will just duck behind cover and do it again and do it again. But now your tank can walk out. Now, what's the only potential problem with what you're doing right now? Do you see it on your screen?
Yeah,
Actually,
I should wait for the tank.
You should wait for the tank. Correct. Let the tank draw a little bit of aggro first, and then you guys can work together. Okay? But this is already better than what we saw earlier. And if you play good cover, you shouldn't die. There's the nano. Their attention to split. They've dropped off of high ground. You have claimed the high ground. You guys win. Very well.
Yeah, but like, I didn't do anything this fight, did I?
You did. See, the way you are judging whether I'm doing something or not is based off of whether you're getting the dopamine of whether you land a big stick and landed a lot of shots. And the reason why this is a big problem with you is you're playing another hero, Tracer, who also doesn't always get big, juicy dopamine 5-man kills. Sometimes Tracer just plays for distraction. Sometimes Tracer plays to help her other teams set up, almost like a Sombra hack, by distracting enemies and allowing her teammates to make the plays. Let me ask you a question. What allows your Genji to get this close without taking damage? Do you see him? He's full HP. Why is he full HP? What have the enemy team been shooting at and looking at for the last 3 seconds?
Me.
You. And you even hit stickies, and you forced cooldowns, you forced heal station, you forced orb from Moira. You see this? You did your job.
Yeah,
now,
makes
I
sense.
will say that you did it a little early. You and your Genji should have waited for your Rissa a little bit, so you did not do it well. But you did it good enough to allow your Genji to walk onto the enemy team without taking any damage, get nano, and that's all. That's all you needed to do. And from here, it's just shoot the easy targets. Like right now, I would not be shooting Moira. She's too far away. She's calling. It's too hard. Find something else. You know what I'm saying? Where's the Symmetra? Where's the Kiriko? Where's the Soldier? And so on. Make sense?
Yeah.
And now it's just chill. Keep shooting. Symmetra is annoying. Stupid wall, so annoying. Beam that.
Yeah,
Very good.
I don't think the Symmetra was pretty good there. Alright,
No.
we'll win.
No. You guys got it. They're committing visor. Doesn't matter. So, nice job in terms of your position. I think cooldown usage could have been a little bit cleaner there as well. Like, maybe even when you're Genji bladed, instead of ending up down here, ending up here once you saw that you had bladed. This would have been a better spot for you. And then also, like I said, paying a little bit more attention to your tank's timing would have allowed this play to be even better. Okay. Sound good?
Yes.
No questions?
Not so far.
Okay, let's go. Now, interestingly, they go Pharah, but I actually think you're pretty good versus Pharah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Very nice. Very nice. Now you really are doing something.
Yeah.
There you go. I wouldn't rush. Really focus on these stickies. So sometimes I think your stickies look really good and sometimes they look really bad. And I don't think it's as much mechanics so much as it is your focus. So like right now. I don't think your aim is that bad. I think your mechanics, from what we've seen in the last 15 seconds, are much better than that. You need to focus. And I also don't like that we're on the floor right now. We need to go back up top, please. Because from up top, anybody goes up top, you're directly on top of them, easy kill. And if they don't go up top, you can just spam from up top and still have your shift in your back pocket, right? We don't want to be here.
Yeah, I think I did go back here.
Good. Ah, yes. Quick little tech. Do you know the jump cancel with Echo?
I don't have hold for shift. I don't think I can do that with tap for shift.
Okay, you might want to try test with those settings, because being able to immediately launch yourself up is really important as Echo, because you get the speed that this doesn't bring to you, and you're able to get your shift cooldown back about a half, 3/4 of a second faster. Make sense? Something to practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a must-have though?
Excuse me?
Because is this a must-have to have like hold flight? Because it feels so much better to just fly around for the full duration without holding shift all the time.
The reason why you can, I would look up some Echo settings guides. I can also ask some of my, let me ask Backbone right now. Backbone, hold shift for Echo, or no? I feel it's easier to do jump tech, but it's more fatiguing. I'll ask him and see what he says, okay?
Okay, yeah.
This is good. Now let me ask you a question. How do you use your copy?
To survive, maybe.
To survive, maybe.
To visor.
Or to visor, right. So if you have somebody on the enemy team who you really want to copy, set up in a good position for the copy and use it as soon as you can, as soon as the fight starts, right? If you don't really have a good target to copy, or like you're not really sure, then just use it when you need it as a second life, like you said. Okay? Let's see. Yep. Oh. So normally I'd be like, this is too early with your team's positioning. Your Ana and Genji cannot help you. But I think this is such a free kill if you play it correctly that I think it's okay. Generally, it might have been a little bit better to play here, you know, maybe. But you know what? You should have gotten the kill. You know what I'm saying? Those stickies missed almost entirely, and you just miss a tick of beam. I don't know. I think you're okay. We just need to be a little bit better. That's okay. I think the main thing for me there is that we really need to practice on staying calm with our stickies and really focusing. You see what I'm saying? Because if you land your stickies on that soldier, he dies instantly. Then Kiriko either dies or TPs away, and you just win your fight instantly. Right?
Yeah.
That was good. Good stickies on soldier there. Somehow you have another blade again. That's crazy. Good shots.
Yeah, the Genji was pretty good the game.
Yeah. Okay, nice job. Let's keep going. Careful. Good distraction. So this is where... Okay, so do you see how you were on a flank here? Remember we talked about this on first point, right?
Yes.
You see how your uptime, in other words, how much you were actually engaged was very short because you don't have any healing, okay? Now,
Yeah.
I respect this. I appreciate you trying to go for a flank here, but once you fail this here and they use Kiriko ult, I would prefer you to disengage and then maybe play like the flank here where you can get Mercy Pocket. You see? Because you can assassinate these targets and then just shoot from here, and then as the cart moves forward, where can you go with Mercy Pocket?
Probably fully behind them, or
Fully
just
behind.
maybe stay with my team.
You stay with your team or fully behind, and then maybe can set up over here. Exactly. This is too much. And then the other problem here as well is, what's the mistake here? Oh no, I didn't get it. What's the mistake right here? Here.
Going back now, 100 HP.
Right.
Maybe?
You don't have... Exactly. Yes. You don't have the HP to go for this flank anymore. You need to go back to your team.
Okay, but I feel like, you know, if I just go main, like you said, and try to challenge the Ashe, I get shot by the Ashe in the way because it's a really long sight line. Maybe if I cross that where the cart is, I get shot by the soldier as well. Maybe even the Kiriko or whatever.
So let me ask you a question. When should you have been there?
Right now.
Right now. So at that point in time, maybe, yes, it's too late. But you should already be here. You should already be here. This Ashe starts to shoot you? I don't care. Just hide. And she gets any closer, she's dead. She dive bomb, right? So by the time they are set up now, maybe it's too late. Maybe. That's because you should have already been here. This Ashe should already be dead. You see what I'm saying? Something to consider. So set up with your hero will help you a lot later on. Uh-oh. What is she doing? Nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's a good shot by the Kiriko. I say good shot, but you know she was just mashing the button down.
Yeah. I play a bit of Kiriko. That's how it goes usually.
Like, I'm messaging Backbone as we speak. Okay. Okay, he's out. Oh, Yarissa dies, unfortunate. Focus on those stickies. Just not bad, but just a little bit messy. Now this is funny. You get a little messy with your stickies, but obviously it was very calculated, yes? Because look.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
That's that. You meant to do that. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, perfect. Well done. That was perfect. Yes. Very nice. Set up, 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 set up. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Even if you didn't have copy here, I imagine something along these lines here, floating up in the sky around here, would probably be the best position for you given the circumstance, right? This is good. Yes. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Ha! Unfortunate. Not a bad fight though. Not a bad fight.
Yeah. Should I have used copy there? I didn't see. Did my team die before I did it?
It was close. It was close. It was close. I wouldn't worry
So
too much about it. It wasn't a terrible copy, no. Unfortunate. So we need to try and get set up as quickly as we can, right? So what would that mean? Where does setup mean?
Probably go like straight where I'm looking right now.
Yeah, and then wrap around here. Because again, remember the Numbani first point choke that we had? This isn't exactly like that, but it's very similar. They're playing Doomfist and Torbjorn, and Kiriko, and even Moira, right? There's a lot of crap going through this choke, A lot of it. If you don't use your mobility and try and find a way to distract it, maybe look, not even assassinate, but look scary, threaten the assassination, this Ashen Torb will chew you up. So let's see if we do that. Doomfist overextends, but you see like right now how this, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything.
Yeah.
This is risky. Much preferred just a little bit of a distraction with a Mercy Pocket here. Or, as you guys walk forward, swing here, something along those lines. Stickies, right? Your mechanics are better than this. You know? These are
it's kind of awkward.
Yeah. I know your mechanics are better than that. Almost. You still have your shift, so we should be good to go. Unfortunate. Torb turret broke, so it's whatever. Nice. Nice. Beam. Nice. Ash. Anna. Nicely done. Okay. So what are some things that you're doing well? By the way, Backbone says you can do the tech with the shift. You just need to double tap really fast. So maybe it's okay. But you need to practice that tech. You know the tech that I'm talking about, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was honestly out because like they patched it out. I thought they patched it out on release.
No, you can still do it. Okay. All right. What are some things that you think that you are doing well?
My target priority was good, I think.
I think so too. You try to shoot squishies when squishies were available, but otherwise you shot tank and when tank overextended. You know, squishies are always best, but sometimes tank is very overextended. And sometimes all you can shoot is tank, and obviously you were pretty good at shooting tanks too. So, okay, that was good. What else was good?
Well, I wasn't dying terribly often.
That's true. Your cover usage was pretty good. I think your mouse 1 accuracy, just your shots, were pretty accurate as well. I think beams were okay. What were some things that need to be improved on?
The flanks, the amount of flanks I do.
And how you do the flanks too. Because even when you did take a flank, it was a very, very high risk flank, right? Without a lot of reward, okay? So looking for opportunities for angles and flanks and then timing them very well, right? What else needs to be improved on? Think about your cooldowns.
Well, I don't think you've said anything about cooldown usage except for just me throwing stickies everywhere.
But that's the big one though. That's a really big one though. As you said, stickies is how you set up your assassinations. It's a big burst of value. And yet, I didn't feel like we were focused, right? Sometimes it just felt like we just kind of sprayed them wherever, and sometimes they hit, sometimes they didn't. You're better than that. So let's put emphasis on that. Sound good?
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to watch a little bit more? I think we've got time before we have to move to Tracer.
Yeah, the defense round was tough.
Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you weren't kidding.
Oh, we got rolled on the first point immediately.
Your hero is excellent versus their composition because, let me ask you a question. Remember we talked about the first thing. Who are your threats? Who do you need to worry about? Look at their comp.
Yeah, there is none.
Nobody. Just spam. Damage, 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 damage. Good. The best position that you can. Land those stickies. Burn them. As soon as you see this, which you should be putting up more and more and more and more damage. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, your Mercy died immediately. I don't even know what your Mercy died to. I think I'm Winston right click. Okay. No comment.
Unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky. High ground, high ground, high ground as quickly as you can. Yes, we're good. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. And you can also, if you have Mercy Pocket here, when he's used Jump and Bubble, you can push aggressively into him. As long as you don't walk on top of him, right? Spam him up. I can tell you, Winston players in Overwatch 1 especially hated damage boosted Echo. The flying AC 130, right? Like you can just completely ruin their day. This is silly. This is silly. We just really lose track of things.
Oh yeah, I kinda got lost.
You just completely get lost. We're shooting air, and then the Winston lands on you. You fly away. Get him. Blow him up. Yes. Shoot, 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 shoot. Ah, we should have shot one more time. because I don't think we're at 150 range yet. Easy shots on that target to land. Don't want to be here either, right? I know you force him out, but then jump back. Don't land here. Land here, right? Retake this position and continue to spam. Do you see how much better it is, your sightlines for spam? Do you see this?
Okay, so against this composition, I shouldn't really be looking to assassinate anybody, right?
I mean,
I should just spam.
Well, it doesn't matter. This position right here, you can assassinate people much easier, right? And you can spam easier too. Doesn't matter what you want to do, whether you want to spam, you know, the assassinate the Moira post fade, or the Kiriko's just do cooldowns. We're gonna go for the Kiriko instead of the monkey. But then, as soon as this happens, this is objectively bad for both offensive and defensive purposes. Take the angle, take the high ground, and spam or assassinate. You see?
Yeah.
And then when you think about a flank, you think about a flank that actually makes it really easy for the Reaper to get rid of you, right? This is too close. Play a high ground, play a sightline, play a spam angle. Choose your targets, right? Lazy, right? Sticky bombs. Lazy sticky bombs.
Yeah.
Not a good trade for that cooldown. So we need to keep our focus a little bit more on our positioning and those sticky bombs. It's very similar issues. They look a little bit different because the comp is different, but it's the same kind of issue. Like even here, take an angle right here. Dare them to jump you. Even like I'll have a little bit of cover maybe, like here, right? But what happens if they jump you?
Fly away.
You fly away. And they've wasted their jump. And now they have to bubble. And you would rather them jump you than your Ana, right? And while before they jump you, you're spamming them. And then when after they jump you, you fly away and you keep spamming them. Do you see that? It's like Sojourn. But this is too passive. Too passive. Look at their HP. Do you see this?
Yeah, they're full.
All full. That's a good sticky. So where should you go right now?
Probably in.
Where?
With the Genji.
Where?
Maybe on top of the balcony.
I
top
agree.
left.
Yes, this is it, right? Spam or assassinate. Let's see how we do. Positioning and stickies. Good beam. Nicely done. Like I said, your mouse win accuracy is pretty good. Let's watch one more fight. Work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Just goes flying right past. Nice shots. Okay. I mean, even again here, like, just kind of consider being here, right?
Yeah.
Just consider spamming here. As long as your team is fighting here, you can hold here. If your team backs up, then you back up, right? You back up to here again. But as long as your team is fighting here, this position is actually very bad for you, very dangerous, right? You can't spam very easily. You can't assassinate very easily, and any sort of damage or Kiriko shots, everything is just spammed on you. They can just walk with you. And look right there, bam. Very scary. Maybe we get Genji. Nice. Nice. Coaching Moira. All right, let's go. Oh, fade.
Yeah.
Nice. Look, good job. Very good. Good stickies. Good. See? Look, I'm sorry. Every time you miss stickies, it makes me very angry. Because you miss stickies, but then you do this. Watch this. Look at this. Look at that.
Okay, I only landed a couple though.
But not all of them. But that's good. That's really good, right? You clicked and dragged, and you got all but like one sticky, and then immediately beam, bam, right before Suzu. If you were even a little bit worse, that Winston survives, and do you know what he has now? Primal Rage, and you lose.
Yeah.
Right? You have the skill. You just need to focus a little bit. Okay? Maybe now we shift in, maybe shift the balcony even. Maybe you could like shift right past them and sit back here and be like, come on, come at me, fight me, right? Let's see. Okay, let's look at some Tracer. Do you have any questions?
Let me see. Gonna roll them down.
Okay.
beforehand. For Echo, not so much. No.
Okay, then let's keep going. Then, do you have? Let's pull up this tracer code here. So before we move into the next code here, let me actually write down what we need to work on here. Echo. What needs to be practiced?
The amount of flanking I do
Okay.
needs to be more.
Positions. Well, yes. Just look for high ground. Not even just flanks, right? Just different angles, right? You take. Look for high grounds. Small off angles. Avoid sitting in main when other options are available. Right? Just think about your positioning more. Because when I asked you where should you be here, you always had the answer, right? You always had the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else?
Try to wait for my tank before I go for flank.
Right, tank positioning and timing when taking angles or flanks. Okay. What else? What about your cooldowns? What was the cooldown that we were very upset about?
I should try to align my stickies right before I shoot them, actually.
Those stickies. We've got good mechanics, but they don't always show. Use those mechanics. Okay. Tracer time. So what is Tracer good at?
Well, angles, flanking.
Yeah.
1v1s.
Yeah. A lot of similar stuff in terms of the mobility to Echo, but she's much more mobile and much flatter, right? So she can't always take the high ground stuff as much, right? Same kind of stuff though. Let's see how we go. Okay, we should be good. Can you see stream?
Not right now.
Okay, click on the thing.
Okay, I can. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, setting up our angle. And fight is starting now. So, yeah, like to see it.
Yeah.
It's good. Hanzo turns around. Ooh. This is good. Now let me ask you a question. I bet, maybe I'm wrong, but I bet this is one of those fights where you felt like you didn't do anything.
Yes, that's true.
Let's watch this fight from a third person standpoint. All right, let's just watch. You ready? And we're now Nemesis forming. You see? Ana turned around. Now she cannot sleep or nade, and she can't even heal her tank from this positioning. Do you see that? That's bad. Now Hanzo turned around. Look at your Kiriko. Look at your Ramacha. Right? And the Hanzo's turned around. Okay. Ana's still turned around. Look, the Hanzo can't shoot anybody. The Ana can't shoot anybody. Now the Mercy has to go back and heal the Ana. Now the Hanzo's still shooting you. The Ana's turned around. The Mercy's shooting you. And look at this poor Orisa.
I was still lose that though.
You see that?
Yeah.
She's getting no help at all. Like, not a single. And look at your Kiriko. Your Kiriko's getting away with absolute murder because nobody's looking at her. Let's keep watching. Now they Sonic you. Now the Mercy's turning around to deal with the Hanzo. Now the Ana's turning around to deal with the Hanzo. And the Torbjorn's turning around to deal with the Hanzo. And the Mercy dies. And who do you think is going to follow?
The rest of my team. Hopefully.
And there it is. The easiest push for your team in the history of the universe. So let me ask you a question. Who carried this fight?
Me, I guess.
You did. You did. You did not get the juicy clips, but you carried this fight. By the time that you were out of this...
I think we lost that there, maybe.
What is it?
I think we lost the fight there.
Really?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. Yeah, your Kiriko might have fed. But if this fight is even close to winnable, it's because you distracted essentially 2 people, up to 3 people, up to even 4 people for a brief period of time, and you did it for... How long were you distracting them? Let's actually look. 3:33. Okay, 3:33. Let's see how long you're back here. 10 seconds. 15 seconds. That's pretty good, right? Now we could talk about maybe your mechanics could be a little bit better. Maybe we could have blinked up here, maybe and distracted. Maybe that's a little bit easier for you, right? More, right? Maybe, right? And maybe we can talk about that, right?
Yeah.
But up to this point, this is what we want to see. Good distractions, good pressure. That's your mistake, by the way. Blinking forward. You got impatient. You just needed to walk. You need to walk, save your blinks, hear the Hanzo, blink here. He's dead, and you live. Do you see? And maybe even blink
Okay, that's
here.
kind of what I envisioned. Maybe
Right.
I just blinked a bit too short.
Yes. Well, you didn't have you blinked before you even turned the corner. You wasted a blink to move faster. Right here. Bam.
Yeah.
That's not a
timing.
good blink. So then when the
Yeah.
Hanzo shoots, you don't even have a blink yet. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And it goes right through your head. So you lose this fight because of that, if you do lose it. Not because of what you did earlier. Your instincts are wrong. You did a good job. Okay. Ah! Oh no. What shot you? Something shot you.
Damage boosted hands in here.
Yeah, but something else shot you.
He's damage boosted, so he one shots me.
Oh, he was damage boosted. Ah, the last second. There it is. Unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Top right's fine. You can wrap around safely. Uh-oh. Oh, this Hanzo. Uh-oh. Huh. So this is where you can start up setting up for next fight. So this is where I like this position up here, right? Because this gives you good view, and you can kind of choose your targets. Choose your target there. Choose your target in there. If you want to be, if you got like a pulse bomb and you want to be really fancy, you can double blink over here and try and go for a stick. But yeah. Ana's still in spawn though. I don't know why we're pushing just yet. But hey, your team is pushing, so you should probably push as well. Uh-oh. This is good. I like our positioning. So I will say this, like, is your team fighting right now? It sounds like it, right? Yeah, I would put a little bit more pressure on this Ana. She's under half HP, and you're close to full, and then you blink away to get a health pack. I don't understand this decision. Do you see this?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you did this. You could have really killed. You could have killed her. Actually, you could have killed her. You timed it perfectly. You set it up perfectly. You found your target, but you gave up, and now she's getting healed back to full. I don't understand. That was a strange decision, but positioning is good. Again with the blinks, by the way. Do you see this?
Yeah. I use them to just get there faster.
Right. A little bit of impatience. You need 3 blinks right now to deal with an Ana and a Hanzo. And then again here, you run away. Okay. Good. I don't understand. Sometimes it feels like you just decide to quit.
Well, I mean, if in my mind it's like if a Hanzo is looking at me, he's maybe also damage boosted because I saw the beam.
Okay, fair enough.
He just kills me.
Fair enough. Okay, go to cover there. You can recall that, yeah. Good. Okay, this is clean. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Start thinking about setting up. So this is a very long flank. The problem with this position here is then you can win this duel here, but then once you win this duel here, do you see how open this is? So this is an open.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I even go here.
Yeah, from underneath, or from even underneath here. Just something to consider. This isn't a bad flank, but there's better options available, I think. Maybe you guys can win the Torn duel. That's good. Break turret. Nice. I don't know why this happens. I'm not sure what is going on here. Oh dear.
Got outskilled.
Oh jeez, Kiriko, what is going on? This is a very strange VOD. Grab the mega. Close. Stay on her. Don't go away. I do not understand this sometimes. I really do not understand this. So, right here, you have a blink. You have a recall. You hit a pulse. And you even hit her with the pulse and you're content to just walk away. I don't understand. Can you explain this one for me? What's exactly, because this has happened a few times, right? Where you start to damage somebody, you get an advantage, and then you just leave. Why?
Yeah. I guess I get scared because I get killed for that a bit too often.
Yeah. I think what you can do is you can look at each situation objectively. If you die and be like, did I make a mistake or was it the right play and they just hit a really good shot, right? Did I waste my, like, remember the Hanzo shot on you earlier? What was that? What was the mistake there?
Maybe I blinked too early.
Yeah, you didn't blink for the duel, so you were an easy target to shoot, right? That was the mistake. The mistake wasn't trying to duel a Hanzo. If you're playing Tracer and you're not comfortably winning 1v1s versus most of the squishies in the game, then the problem is not the fact that you're playing the hero wrong. The problem is with you. You're not good enough. So right now, if you're scared of Ana with a blink, no nade, and a recall, not to mention getting hit by a pulse, the problem is you and your attitude with the hero. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see.
And you need to, and I'm not saying that, oh, you just need to start taking aggressive duels, you're going to win all of them. You might blink back here and get shot and be stupid and not recall fast enough and die. But that, I don't care. You need to practice this. This is what needs to be practiced. You seem very skittish. You need to be way more confident in your ability to take duels because you are the best 1v1 hero that's not a tank in the game, by far. So win them confidently, right? Don't feed, pay attention to your tank's timing, save your blinks, right? Don't waste recall. If you end up losing or messing up and you have to recall, it's okay to disengage and try again later. But you're having full resources, full recall, or whatever, or you have an advantage and you're just walking away. We need to practice that mentality. Sound good?
Yeah.
Be more confident. Even if you're sure that you're going to lose it because I'm just bad at the game, doesn't matter. You need to practice. You need to be able to win these games. You need to be able to win these 1v1s. You need to be able to do that by having a little bit more confidence. And like right now, this is not confidence. This is hubris. You ever heard that word before?
Yeah.
Okay. This is silly, right? You were too scared to shoot an Ana with one blink, a recall, and 1 HP. But now we're shooting at a Cassidy at 75 HP, no blinks, and who theoretically is being pocketed by Mercy, right? I'm not saying this is bad necessarily, but this doesn't make any sense. If anything, you should be scared of this. Another blink, by the way. You really need to be careful about your blinks. There's sometimes it's okay to blink for movement because you need to go quickly, but you really need to be careful. Okay, good. Grab the mini. Like right there. You see that?
Yeah.
Not needed. You move 3 feet with it. Or a meter. Ah, you're killing me. Go chase the soldier now. Even that one. That blink too. Just be careful. One of those blinks was necessary, not both. Confidence. Okay, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Gonna flank with our Kiriko. Alright. Don't be scared. You win this 1v1. You win this 1v1. Yes, 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 yes. Not at this range, you don't. Good. Nah. Careful. Careful with the blink. Careful with the blink, right? Uh-oh. Okay. Next fight. Win the 1v1.
I got just good rolled here, honestly.
Yeah. I will say this as well. Look at your blinks.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I did blink here,
Yeah.
but he just 180 killed me.
I probably should just recall a little bit. But here, you coach yourself, micro-wise. How would you have taken this 1v1 better? You know he's there.
Yeah.
You need at least 2 blinks.
Well, is there
probably 3.
anybody to my right? I think there was a teammate to my right who I hoped would help me.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, not this fight then.
But you should be able to beat
I
a Reaper
guess
in a
I'd
1v1.
Yeah. I guess I'd wait for my blink and stay further away from him.
Okay, so you'd go, wait for your blink, come into here with 2 or 3 blinks. Blink 1, shoot. Blink here, shoot. 80-80 strafe. Blink back here, shoot. Melee recall, right? But instead what happens? Oh no! I turn the corner without a blink, just like you did in the Hanzo. Remember that? You lose half of your HP instantly. Then you have to blink away. And then we're slowing the recall. Right? So,
I see, yeah.
bad 1v1, but also you didn't have the tools to win that 1v1. Why?
Because I wasted him coming back from spawn.
Now, I understand you probably didn't expect the Reaper to be there, but in the back of your mind, you need to be thinking, I will use 2 blinks out of spawn. Uh-oh, there's a Reaper in the flank. I'm going to wait, charge up my second blink or my third blink, and then let's take this 1v1. And then I'm going to be very confident and win the 1v1 because I'm the best 1v1 hero in the game, right? 1v1 hero in the game, sorry. Yeah. Yes. Get her, get her, get her, get her. Nicely done, nicely done. Good job. Careful. Quiet, 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 quiet. Patience. Wait, 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 wait. Don't even go yet. Don't even peek this yet. You know that they're still in spawn. You can see the cart, you can see your teammates. I know your Ramatra's close, but just wait. Just wait. Nothing wrong with being late on a flank, right? Being late on a flank is sometimes good. Oh, you almost got her. Woo! Nice. Confidence. Confidence. I know you don't have your blinks yet, but just sit here. Or, you know, this is okay too, I guess. Ooh. Okay, I will say this. Maybe staying here, winning the 1v1, right? Because look what happens. You see? Not only do you win the 1v1s to win the game, but you win the 1v1s to stop them from winning the game sometimes too. Unfortunate. Take a second. Alright, out, 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 out. I think you could be escaping here, honestly. I don't think you need to be dying like this. I think your hero is too fast to be able to worry about that. Nice. Nice. Careful. Let's see it. Here we go. Nice. It's probably lost, sadly, but this has been a fine fight for us. Get out, get out, get out. Okay, I really think you can get out if you want to. I know you only had the 1 blink there, but I think you're probably okay. Oh dear, not again.
Yeah, that's the fight where I had a teammate and I lost again. I was really expecting Ryan to come with me. And she
Blink
didn't.
again. Blink, grab the Mega as well. Ah, you got ruled. You just got ruled.
Yeah.
Could have
Yeah,
blinked
man, he
again.
hit 2 shots and just killed me.
Yeah. Sometimes that will happen. You could have played that one. He outplayed you mechanically. That's all. Okay. So. Tracer. Tracer. What do you see? What needs to be improved upon?
My confidence in 1v1s.
Confidence in 1v1s. Don't be stupid. But if you have blinks, HP advantage, are playing to your range, right? Then you should win the 1v1. And if you don't, keep practicing. Okay. What else?
I see. Well, don't waste the blinks on nothing.
Waste blinks on needless movement. Sometimes it's okay to blink to move. It's not a rule, but we need to be very careful about when we do that. Okay? What else?
Well, I guess just stop thinking that if I don't get kills, this is not value.
Right. If I'm not getting kills, doesn't mean my distraction isn't extremely useful. Right. Okay. And then I guess similarly to Echo, consider tank positioning and timing when taking angles or flanks, right? Because that's even harder with Tracer because sometimes your angles and flanks are very, very deep. So you really need to pay attention to those. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do a couple. So as Tracer especially, but maybe as Echo as well, is it my job to chase the Wrecking Ball on the enemy team?
No. I think if the Wrecking Ball is low, or the Wrecking Ball is using the same flank that you are, then you can shoot him because you could do more damage to him proportionally than he can do to you, right? That being said, he is weirdly enough faster than you. So just because you're better at him shooting him, he can roll away. And if you chase, you will use all of your blinks and potentially not even be able to keep up with him. And then now you're exposed. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So if you use the angle and he's there, shoot him. If there's not a better target. But I wouldn't go out of my way to pursue or mark him necessarily. Maybe if I'm playing with like a Zen or a Widow or something that's very fragile, it might be very helpful, but that's not a good general rule, no.
Okay, I see. Is there a situation where I don't need a flank on Tracer, or just go front line?
Well, you tell me.
Well, doesn't feel like it, at least.
Okay. Not a lot of situations. One situation, ironically, coincidentally, actually happened in this very VOD, where you don't flank as much. Well, let's consider the strengths of your hero are your mobility, right? Number one, okay?
Yeah.
The other strength of your hero, and this sounds super weird to say, is your range. You actually have decent range compared to some heroes. So
Okay, no, I meant Tracer, not Echo.
yeah, I know. Look at the enemy composition. Do you see their comp?
Yeah.
Can you do a lot of damage with your guns? Even taking, not necessarily front lining, but taking like high ground, not necessarily hard flanking either. You can do good damage with their comp, can't you? Right? There's no Ashe, no Cassidy, no Hanzo, no nothing that can poke you down. You could just shoot Winston or shoot Echo or Moira or Genji and hold angles like this. Do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have generally better range than Winston and Reaper and Moira and so on. So you can poke them out a little bit. This might be a comp that where hard flanking on their backline is not going to be as good, but playing high ground flank, like angles, right? Kind of like Echo, would be really, really good as a Tracer here. You see that?
Okay, I see.
But that's because they don't have any range damage and they have no squishy backliners at all. Not a single one. Most comps you're going to want to be flanking versus. However, versus these guys, you still flank, you still take angles, but just maybe not necessarily all the way around behind. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the range kind of ties in there. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, so is 180 or 90-degree pulse bumps used by a lot of players? Should I even go for these, or do I just blink pulse bump like without turning? Like from your experience, do you pro
what's the
players go for
advantage?
these often?
Well, yes, they do. Yes, they do. But very specific circumstances. When would you 180 pulse bomb? Let's actually remove the pulse bomb from the equation. When would you 180 blink?
When I'm short enough, well, in a short enough distance that a normal blink will put me behind an enemy.
Sure. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember when you were 1v1ing Hanzo?
Yeah.
Right? More 180s. Why?
Because he has to turn a full 180 degree.
Right. And he'll blow your head off if you don't, right? So you want to make him move his crosshair as much as you're moving yours. But you know it's coming, he doesn't. That's what gives you the advantage, right? So that's where 180 pulse bombs are helpful, where you're trying to throw off their aim. Okay. But it's the blink.
Okay, so
it's the blink. The pulse bomb is just the cherry on top. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Okay, so just when I'm going for a pulse bump, it's just better to go for accuracy. If I don't have to like juke anybody,
yes.
They may not know I'm here.
Yes. If you're not juking a shot or like a sleep dart or something like that, then just do the easy pulse bomb. That's all. The only reason that you need to know 180 pulse bombs are situations where if you were to just blink at them, they might shoot you in the head and kill you. You're trying to make it hard on their aim and still land the pulse bomb at the same time. Very important you understand that distinction. Same thing applies with 90-degree pulse bombs as well. There's definitely some exceptions to that rule as well. Like for example, like getting around Brig Shield as well. That's just like a good way to do the 90-degree pulse bomb too. But even that can be tricky because she can just bash out, right? So yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it does.
Any other questions?
Yeah. So I guess last one maybe. Against Soldier, can I really do anything? Because it feels like, oh, he has rocket up. I have to wait. Oh, he is healing up. I have to wait. He has rocket up again, and then the fight's over.
Confidence. You know, if he misses that rocket, he's cooked. You can kill him through healing station as well if you get him low before he pops it. If you start shooting him early though, and he pops his healing station early, then you can just wait it out and ignore him entirely. So I have Soldier players coming to me saying the same things that you're doing. How do I beat Tracer? You know, I feel like I have to hit that helix rocket, otherwise I just immediately die. And if they just blink it, or if I don't hit it directly, then I just die. And then I don't know how to use my healing station because either I use it too early and then they just wait it out, or I wait until like I'm sure she's committed, but by then it's too late. I'm already half HP, and then by the time I pop it, she's already killed me. It's a skill matchup. It's a skill matchup. If you can do enough damage early and make him pop it early, you can kill him right through it. Or you can scare him, make him pop it early. You can scare him and make him pop his helix early. But it's just blink helix, and you should win every single one. It's the same thing as Genji dash. If you can juke Genji dash, they're done.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
This is where you could get more reps in and try hard FFA, and or just a little bit more confidence in these 1v1s. So then if you die, at least you know why you died. You know, oh, I messed up my blink, or I forgot about that, or I didn't see them using that ability. But you just need more practice. And confidence, so that your practice isn't wasted.
Okay, yeah. And so you've released recently a video about self-coaching, self-WOD reviewing specifically.
Yep.
And there were 2 methods. And I'm struggling to kind of see the difference. So in one of them, you pick, a thing that you're looking for, right? And is the only difference that in the other method, you don't know the thing you're looking for, you pretend like you do?
Exactly. You just guess. You just guess.
So that's the only difference, right?
That's the only. The other one you also go a little bit slower because you guess if that's an issue, and then you sit there and try and figure out what you need to do about the issue, right? You're like, I think my positioning is an issue. Let's see what I need to practice with my positioning, and then you go through your positioning and you find out, oh, I'm not using cover good. So then your next review, the checkup, right? That's all you're looking at is positioning. Am I using cover? Am I using cover? Am I using cover? Am I using cover? You're not even looking at your positioning as a whole. You're only looking at if you're using cover. You're being very specific and quick with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one, you're kind of guessing what you think you need to work on. You're not sure. Now, as you get better at it, you don't have to guess. You can just generally objectively look at your gameplay, but that takes a lot of practice. Kind of like what we did today. We just went to the VOD and we just saw what we saw, but it's taken me thousands of hours to be able to do that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, the last one for sure.
You're good.
So is Sojourn not a good 1v1 hero? Like in isolated situation, she's supposed to lose. Like
the problem with Sojourn 1v1 hero is that she relies too much on an external factor to be a good 1v1 hero. So she's one of the best 1v1 heroes in the game if she has rail. But the problem with that, as you can probably guess, is to charge rail, you generally need either prep or you need a tank to shoot. Right? You don't have to shoot tanks for rail charge, but you need to have rail. If you don't have rail, she's not as good. And so if you're strictly, let's say you're Sojourn, if I just drop Sojourn and Tracer into a 1v1 arena, Tracer's going to win that 9 times out of 10 because the Sojourn's going to struggle to build up rail, and the E value is not as good in 1v1s as it is zoning off people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So no more questions.
If you do have any other questions, just shoot them my way. My DMs are always open. Are you familiar with the replay code rule?